on Star 1063.
Are your smart devices keeping tabs on you? There's an expert, his name is Stevens, he's a futurist, and he is saying your devices are tracking you more than you might think. We're going to get him on to find out just how much right after this. It's Jack and Dannii at Star. Talking about smart devices, smart this, smart that, smart TV, smartphone, smart lights, smart curtains, it's everything in our house is smart, much smarter than me, maybe much smarter than you. But after a while, you start to wonder, well, how much are these things listening to me? Are we being watched? Some people get real paranoid. I don't really care.
No, me neither.
To be fair,
Whatever.
I'm not too bothered. But, should we be?
I don't mind. I don't mind if the robots are watching. But what about if it's like the people watching? Like if it's like one individual watching,
just one guy.
Then that's I'm not cool with that.
To sort of unpack this a little more, we got Stevens. He's the director of Future Crime Agency. He joins us on the show. Welcome, Steve. Mate,
good morning.
I've got a question for you, right? So, I sleep nude, just putting it out there. Now, when I'm going up and getting a midnight sip of water or whatever, and my smart TV, my smart fridge is watching me, how can I be sure that, my smart fridge isn't creating an OnlyFans profile of me and sharing my images across the internet?
It might just be. I actually have the exact same situation, and I'm surrounded by about 30 cameras here and things like that. So I do kind of tell my assistants and everything, please don't just drop in and just watch the archival footage for the fun of it, because you may get a shock. But yes, if anything that records and keeps information, you do have to be careful about. Like some of the vacuum cleaners have the cameras, some of the things, and that's one of the biggest problems is things that have got cameras and microphones that you actually aren't aware that they have them. I mean, Bunnings sells a little pet feeder that you can remotely log in and watch your pet. That's got a camera and a microphone and a speaker so you can talk to your pet. These things are now everywhere, even at ankle level.
But the thing is, what happens with that information then? Like, what are we worried about? Like that our pets are going to record us and put us on OnlyFans? Like, where does that information go?
Well, I guess there's two sides of these things. There's the risks with the company. Is the product secure? Do any of their staff misuse the data? The data that they're collecting, do we want them to know about that, and can we opt out? Then there's the other side, misuses by third parties. So someone enabled hacking in. That isn't as common these days, but they've been through the ringer over the last 10 years, and many of the companies have breaches. Then there's the other issue, is misuse by us and ourselves. We've got a lot of things happening in the country at the moment about domestic violence and coercive control. And let's say you break up with a girlfriend or a wife or a partner, but they've still got access to your camera and they're watching at ankle level, maybe on the pet feeder or in the robot or in the vacuum, and they're watching you, what's going on. They know when you're home. People actually inadvertently break the law all the time. They don't actually realise this because, if the biggest thing at the moment is the door cams. And anything that videoing is one of those things that is pretty much okay-ish, but audio is absolutely not, and that can get you a criminal charge. But nearly every door cam and pet feeder and fridge and vacuum cleaner potentially have microphones that allow you to record and listen in. And that's spy kind of stuff. That's the things that you don't, because all this law is about expectation of privacy. You don't think that little device near your ankle is actually recording you or could be watched.
Well, I was going to say, Steve, if my robot vacuum is mapping out my living room floor, should I be worried it's secretly sending maps to the real estate agent to sell my house? Sounds like it.
Well, that is actually going to be a future thing. The more that builders build advanced smart homes, I mean, I have motion sensors in every room that automatically turn lights on and off. I have all those kinds of things. Windows are broken, front doors open. So these are the things that later on, imagine if you get busted for a crime or something, they could actually map out your movements. At 1:36 a.m., he went to the bathroom. The light came on. Then he went to the fridge. We can see that he took the milk and a cookie from the fridge. And that could be, that's the future of evidence, where they're actually going to be doing forensic of you wandering around, and this is when he committed that crime.
Okay. All right. Well, Steve, one more question. How do we know if our smart devices have been hacked or breached?
Well, that's, I guess if it's from a generic software vulnerability, or if it's been purposely done, you don't really know.
Great.
I mean, I'm surrounded by all of them, and I kind of, and as much as I know about them, I wander around and sometimes give a suspicious look going,
Yeah.
I mean,
I'm
I'm like you guys where privacy is one of those things where I don't really care if they know that I went to the bathroom at 1:36 in the morning, but there are things that we do, like walking naked to the fridge to get something where you go, that camera has footage. It keeps footage for 30 days.
Steve, we gotta get to the news really quickly. But for those that are a little bit more concerned, and everyone has the right to be concerned with their own privacy, maybe more than we are, is there anything we can do to maybe have a better peace of mind that, okay, my information is being a little bit more, protected to be my own, and this device isn't collecting as much? Is there anything? Is there like settings? Is there something we can do where people are like, okay, I feel a little more safe? Probably not buy the things. How about that?
Yeah, no, it's like your mobile phones where you set your password correctly. Just make sure you keep like good hygiene, cyber hygiene, where make sure that maybe once a year you're checking your updates and things like that. Your devices that are like your vacuum cleaner does need to be updated, just like your computer and your desktop.
Oh.
And people forget these things.
Okay, I've got to look into that.
I've got to update my hands.
Yeah.
Skeeve Stevenson's Director of Future Crime Agency. Thank you so much for the time. For your time. We've got to get to the news, but have a great one, dude. Thank you.
No problem. Thank you very much,
Thanks,
guys.
Skeeve.